The number one thing that is killing your dating life is properly taking pictures. One thing I have studied when getting into the self-improvement program is the female gaze versus the male gaze, right? What's appealing by other men, like just what might be badass in a picture. You know, you'll be taking a picture with a beer in your hand and, you know, you in the gym or something like that. You know, some other dudes will comment on your Instagram post and be like, yo, bro, that's badass. You know, that's just way different from what a female actually expects from a man, right? So if you're on a dating app taking pictures with the boys, you know, that wouldn't translate. You know, a woman has to see you only. You know, you can't just have a picture with sunglasses on. That just doesn't translate of what female nature goes through. You know, she has to see a masculine figure through a picture already. And we'll be going over the 3 points of leverage, which is a good environment, sex appeal, and fashion. You know, most of this is just top tier, right? There's a lot of other factors that can make you extremely attractive in a picture that most women won't tell you, or a lot of people don't already know, but it is real subtle. I would actually take inspiration when you're taking pictures from your dating app or Instagram, whatever it is. If you're just sending it to a girl or a girl's seen it in general, I would just make it so as, you know, you take inspiration of what they kind of relate to. You know, this could be like a Starbucks coffee in your hand, right? Just sitting on a bench. Or it could be like walking a dog. And a lot of these pictures have to express emotional feelings. What makes a man attractive in a picture to a woman is how much emotional value she could get from that guy. Think about it like this, right? This picture that you take wants to give off a, you know, a setting where she would want to be a part of. So this could be at a restaurant with you leaning like this. Or it could be like at a beach. It could be just somewhere nice, you know, not just a mirror selfie in the restroom. You know, that's gay. Same thing goes for like fashion, right? You want to be fashionable. You want to be with the trends. And you also want to be like well-groomed. If she just sees you in like a hoodie or a tank top, then, you know, that's just not going to be enough, right? It has to be more unique and interesting and more like a high value, high status man that you are. Even if you're not, you know, you still want to think abundantly. And I tell this to multiple people. You want to think before you actually are, right? That's just what's going to give you more confidence and leverage. And then sex appeal, right? You want to have a good body. You want to show a little bit of skin. And this could be perfectly exampled by a type of shirt where it's like a quarter zip or like a, you know, button down. And this mostly shows a little bit of cleavage in the stomach and the upper chest, which if a girl was to see you in that with some rolled up sleeves, by the way, too, you know, that would be, you know, really attractive for her, right? Because she is naturally designed to find a strong male figure that has a good body. What also is killing your dating life, and I can tell this from a lot of guys, is by smiling too much in your photos. See, most of these guys all smiley, and most of them think I like girls who smile in photos, so, you know, if I smile in photos, then they might like me. But the more of like a smirk you have and the more like a squint in your eyes, that's just gonna be more like stoic to them, right? You don't wanna give off too much comforting or, you know, acting like you're such a bad boy. You just wanna combine the two where it's a perfect sweet spot, right? You wanna combine the pictures and you want to mix it up where it's like, you know, she would see sometimes you're comforting, like let's just say with the dog, or let's just say with the frappuccino, you know, sitting on the beach. And then in another picture, you're at a nightclub with rolled up sleeves and, you know, a button down shirt. You know, you look pretty good, you look mysterious. You want to make her like daydream and fantasize of what it looks like to be with you in a day. And that's the number one key I've learned from most people. A lot of these other coaches really kind of say the same thing during like even texting, right? You want to make her daydream about what y'all gonna do. Y'all want to make her like image it, you know, picture it in her mind of what a day would look like with you, or, you know, how you really are in person, right? Because if you're not the man on text that you're in person, then she's gonna be like, yo, what the hell? I thought this is how you were, the way you texted me, all smooth and shit. But yeah, just keep that in mind. That's definitely one thing y'all should know. But I love sharing our wisdom and I love becoming a better person with y'all. So let's self-improve together. And if you don't mind, hit subscribe below. It'll help me very much. And see y'all later, boys.